Hi guys, and welcome back to Worst Ex Ever. Today, we will be talking about a very bizarre tragedy that could have been avoided. Remember to send your stories into worstexever.yt@gmail.com, and I will share them with your permission. Let's get started. Love triangles, obsession, stalking, and fatal endings. Love triangles, a dangerous dance where three hearts are intertwined in a web of desire, jealousy, and at times, obsession. While most of these relationships end in heartbreak, there are a few that take a darker turn, where stalking, obsession, and a refusal to let go lead to tragic conclusions. Today, we take a deep dive into the real-life case where a love triangle spiraled out of control, leaving devastation in its wake. The tragic case of Rachel Wade. Our story begins in the quiet suburban town of Pinellas Park, Florida. It's 2009, and two teenage girls, Rachel Wade and Sarah Ludeman, find themselves entangled in a bitter rivalry over a boy, Joshua Camacho. What should have been an ordinary teenage love story quickly spiraled into a saga of envy, hatred, and ultimately a confrontation that no one saw coming. Rachel Wade, a fiery and independent 19-year-old, had already faced struggles in her life. Known for her outspoken personality, Rachel wasn't one to back down from a fight. She'd met Joshua, an attractive and smooth-talking young man, and quickly fell for him. However, what she didn't know was that Joshua wasn't interested in being tied down to one girl. Enter Sarah Ludeman, a bright and cheerful 18-year-old who, like Rachel, had fallen under Joshua's spell. Sarah was everything Rachel wasn't: optimistic, more innocent, and deeply committed to making her relationship with Joshua work. The rivalry between Rachel and Sarah started out quietly. At first, it was just small jabs, passive-aggressive comments, and hurt feelings. But as Joshua continued to string both girls along, the tension began to build. Joshua, who thrived on the attention and power he held over the two young women, kept feeding their jealousy. Neither Rachel nor Sarah knew how deep the other's feelings ran, and as time went on, their encounters grew more heated. Social media became a battleground. Angry text messages were exchanged, filled with insults and threats. Rachel, frustrated by the competition for Joshua's affection, sent aggressive and taunting messages to Sarah, warning her to stay away from him. Sarah, trying to stand her ground, responded in kind, refusing to let Rachel intimidate her. What had started as an emotional tug-of-war soon escalated. Rachel's temper was well known, and by April of 2009, her patience had run out. She was no longer just angry, she was determined. On the night of April 14th, the feud came to a head. Rachel, consumed by anger, left her home with a plan. She was going to confront Sarah once and for all. Armed with a kitchen knife, Rachel drove to where she knew Sarah would be. Sarah, on the other hand, had no idea the danger awaiting her. That evening, she'd gone out to meet with Joshua, unaware that Rachel was close behind. Outside Sarah's house, the two women came face to face. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and in a matter of seconds, the situation spiraled out of control. In a fit of rage, Rachel lunged at Sarah, striking her with the knife. Sarah, just 18 years old, collapsed on the sidewalk, her life fading away as Joshua watched helplessly from a distance. Rachel fled the scene, but the damage was already done. Sarah Ludeman's life ended that night, a victim of a rivalry born out of jealousy and obsession. Rachel Wade was later arrested, charged with the fatal act that took her rival's life. Joshua, the young man at the center of it all, walked away unscathed, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts and shattered lives. What started as a simple teenage infatuation escalated into a deadly rivalry. Social media, text messages, and unchecked emotions fueled the fire until it was too late. A love triangle that could have been resolved with time and distance ended in tragedy, showing how easily jealousy can turn deadly. Believe me when I say this, and I say this from experience, ladies and gents, no one is worth losing your life over. No one. It may feel like it's the end of the world sometimes, but the feeling will always pass. You just have to let it run its course. Sorry, just my 2 cents. If you found this story as messed up and compelling as we did, tune in for more Worst Ex Ever.